Well, as I was putting away some dishes yesterday, I decided that it would be a lot of fun to make a cast iron skillet for the dollhouse. Stay tuned and see how fun and easy this project is. All right, we are using just some plain black clay. This happens to be Primo. You could use Fimo, either regular Fimo Soft. I don't know that Sculpey 3 would work as well, simply because it's awfully soft, and you're going to need a little bit of firmness to make this work correctly, I think. I mean, if you've only got Sculpey, go ahead and give it a shot. So we're going to roll this out, and I've just got 2 craft sticks. And these happen to be the kind that come from Dollar Tree. I don't know if they're a different thickness. And all I've got them there for is so that I can make sure I get this rolled out to a consistent width or thickness. I'm still not down to the bottom. To the and you will need to have this big enough that you can cover your little cup that we're going to use as our form. There we go. Now, what I've got to use as a mold is one of these little disposable plastic shot glasses from Dollar Tree. Very important. I cut a piece of parchment paper, and it's just a little bit smaller than that base. No matter how much cornstarch I put on the bottom of this, I could not get my formed skillet off of here without tearing it without this piece. So save yourself some trouble and go ahead and put that on the bottom of your shot glass. Then we're not even going to take it off until we bake, unless it falls off when we take it off. So with that on there, kind of center it. You need it to cover the center. And we're going to go right over the sides of our shot glass. We're going to bring it up as close as we can. Now, you don't want to leave this on the plastic for very long, but just for long enough to get this firm enough to work, it will be fine. So I'm using my hands and I'm kind of forming this down. Now, to make it easier to cut, I cut a piece of 1/4 inch wide, a strip of 1/4 inch wide paper that I'm going to wrap around here. This just happens to be off of my 1/4 inch graph paper. And you're not going to be able to wrap it all the way around at once because this is flared, and that's why I chose to use this. And I'm really hoping I can get this part done before my battery dies, because I see I'm getting a low battery warning on my camera. I'm just using this to give me a guide to cut against so that I get this relatively straight. We're going to neaten it up a couple of times yet, so it doesn't have to be perfect. All right, now I've gotten pretty much all the way around. So I'm going to follow that line I made. And you could make other sizes of skillets if you've got other containers that are kind of a similar shape. And I'm going to pull this off. Since my battery is going to die any second, I am going to neaten up this edge just a little bit, and then I'm going to stick this in my freezer for 15 minutes. It needs to be chilled so that it firms up enough that I can pull it off of the cup without distorting it. So I'm going to turn the camera off, I'm straighten this up, put it in the freezer, and I'll be back in about 15 minutes my time, immediately for you. All right, this is fresh out of the freezer. Now take any clay tool you've got and kind of go along the top. You might need your knife. We're going to even up this top as much as possible before we take it off the glass. That's a strange cut on it there, so I'm gonna. It's a lot easier to work on your details once it's firm. I want to get that as nice and even as possible, because although we can sand it once it's baked, that's going to make marks. And it's easier to work on when it's on something firm. All right, that's about the best we can do before we bake it. So now, even though it's firm, and the softer your clay, the longer you're going to need to freeze it. There we go. That's split. Okay. Now, I'm actually going to dust this with a little cornstarch, put it back on, and do a little fixing, because that decided to split a little bit. That's okay, we can fix it. I think I messed around enough that it warmed up before I tried to take it off. And also, I've used this cup multiple times this morning to do this, working out my process, and I can really tell a difference in the plastic. It's already starting to eat away at the plastic. All right, come on. There we go. There we go. Now it looks okay. All right. I'm going to put this on my paper plate, and I am going to bake this the recommended temperature for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to let it cool to room temperature, and then we'll add a handle. All right, this is baked and it is cooled completely, so now it's time to pop out our paper that we used. And now I do want to get the top edge just a little straighter, and this will make some marks on it, and that's okay. We can paint this with a black craft paint if we need to get the color back the way we want it. Now this skillet is really large. This is kind of loosely based on my favorite big cast iron skillet that I have in real life, and it is a 13-inch in diameter skillet, which is what this translates to. All right, now that the top is level, I'm going to take just a little bit of clay. My clay's been sitting here for a while, so it's gotten kind of hard again. So, and I've got little bits of clay all over myself now. And now I want to, I've got Mrs. Doll here because I want to make sure that the handle is the right size that would make sense for the dolls to carry. A little too. I don't like that shape. And I'm going to be a little picky because I want this to be exactly the way I want it and not there. Let's see if I can get that So that fits in her hand nicely. It's a little fat, but it works. And now I'm going to flatten this end because this is where we are going to attach it to the skillet. Now my skillet has a very short handle, so that's what this one has too. So I've made this into a shape like this. And now I am going to take some TLS because remember we are attaching our handle to our baked skillet. Put some TLS there and a little bit down here on the bottom because we don't want this to come loose. Oops, come on. And now what I want to do is make that look it's a little too short. I don't like that. Now that I got it on there, I don't like it. So I'm going to make it a little longer and then put it on. We'll go a little longer than it would be actual scale because this is one of those where it's the visual weight or the way it looks is going to mean we're going to have to be not quite 100% the way it is because the handle on my skillet is barely longer than my hand is wide. But I think that's just going to look odd on the miniature one. So we're going to go with a slightly longer handle. That's okay. Artistic license. Did not mean to lay that down on that piece of clay. Off camera, I'll work on that. So what I'm going to do is get this mushed around until it looks like it's part of the skillet. We want it to look like this was all formed from a single piece, not like we added a handle after we baked it. Off camera, I'll do a little more work on that. And I want that to bend. Now, toothpick. Another feature that mine has is it has a hole in the handle. Not that you could ever hang my skillet up because it weighs a freaking ton. I'm afraid if I hung it, it would fall and break something, like the floor. But I love that skillet. So that's why we are making it in miniature today. All right, I am going to continue smoothing this off camera. When I get it smooth the way I want it, I'm going to bake this again at recommended temperature for 10 minutes because I want that TLS to completely cure. When that's baked and cooled, I'll come back and we can go on to finishing this up. All right, this is baked and cooled. Now I do want to get this handle a little straighter. But I'm being very careful. I also, at the same time, don't want to break the handle. Because that will be the fragile point on this, will be that handle. Now, I want to give this a coat of black craft paint because I'm not going to coat the inside. I'm going to coat all of the outside. And I've got my black apple barrel that Plaid sent me and one of the brushes they sent. So I'm going to keep this part the way it is, but the rim and the outside I want to paint with flat black because I want this to be really matte. I don't want any gloss on the outside, because that's how my pan looks in real life, it's so And I'm okay with the fact that this is not completely smooth on the outside because my real one is not. My real one is actually very old and it's got markings where it was hand forged. So when I say I have an old iron skillet, I mean it's old. All right, I'm going to let this paint dry. And when it's completely dry, I'll come back and we will take a look at how our finished skillet looks. All right, our paint is dry and our skillet is ready to put into the dollhouse kitchen. I love how this turned out. I think Mrs. Doll is ready to cook something wonderful in her new kitchen as soon as we get it finished. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit the like button, leave me a comment. What would you like to see on the channel in the future? If you enjoy my content and haven't subscribed, hit that subscription button and the notification bell so you know when I put up a new video, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.